the assumption would be he gets his ass beat, and then if they don't have armament hockey, Chopper just kind of slaps some bandages on there, and in like 3 days they're fine and nothing happened.
You got Lobster, you got it back, yeah. Lobster's a 10 out of you, don't you grab it.
Welcome to the Ranting Rambling Review Hour, Episode 2. I know all 5 of you out of there have been dying to hear our opinions on various weeb crap and other things, but things got in the way, mostly me not rallying the troops together to do it, but this is it. This is the second episode you've all been dying for. Broadcast to you live, and then probably also broadcast in a playback. But so, hey guys, how's the quarantine treating you?
Blah blah, we're all gonna die, Mask of the Red Death, etc., etc.
I love quarantine. It's so great.
Oh man, I just if like a forced person joins and they're like wearing this like funeral shroud and all that good shit, and then we all just fall the fuck over, I feel like you'll know what happened. Wait, we're not rich enough for that. Okay, never mind. We're good. We're the plebs trapped outside of the fucking Abbey Wall.
I don't even know what that means, but yeah, okay.
It's fucking Mask of the Red Death. It's fucking Poe. Go read it. It's good.
Mask of the Red Death? Okay.
Yes!
It's classic English literature.
Yeah. That's the first time I've ever heard of it.
Well, we're also here to talk about something,
right.
You know, here's a real good question. What do you think would happen faster? Someone reading One Piece from the very beginning, or the coronavirus quarantine being lifting?
One Piece. Pretty sure you could shotgun that really fast if you wanted to. Also, I guess it depends on how much, like, how much reading are we giving them in a day? Are we assuming they have literally nothing else to do except for read for like 16 hours straight?
I mean, you're right. If they're doing that, they could probably get through it in like 4 or 5 days. But
yeah.
So I guess the quarantine's probably gonna last longer. But
give them at least like 2 hours to grieve for Ace's death, and another hour or so to bitch about Fishman Island, and they should be fine.
Well, there you go. So it's been a long time since we've talked about frickin' One Piece. God damn. So how do you guys think of how the Wano arc's been shaping up? Since the last time we frickin' stopped, I think I have it right here. It was like 9:35 was like the last chapter where we stopped covering it. And that was when Luffy was still in prison. Yeah, he's still in prison.
Christ, we suck.
with the giant queen guy.
Yeah, with the queen guy, who was still probably like the best like underling Kaido has. Okay, so
I'd say so. I'd say that's accurate.
So here's what I think. I think this is the best way to jump into this. Goro, tell us why everything is amazing. And Zabel, you can tell us why everything sucks, and then we'll dive in the nitty-gritty.
Man, at some point we're going to have to swap that and just watch what happens when we try and struggle. All right. Greg, you want to kick this shit off?
Well, I feel like Wano, the whole Wano arc is something that Oda has been like really trying to convey throughout since the beginning of One Piece, basically. Just I don't know. I don't know if he has any influence on like the filler arcs in One Piece, but I feel like every time there's like an Edo era like One Piece story arc in like a filler episode, he's like experimenting with like how he's going to do the setting in Wano.
I don't think he has much supervision of those. I think those are literally just like Toei animation dicking around. I don't know. I don't have any information. I mean, you're right. They've done a lot of those.
Doesn't it seem like such a big coincidence that it's like there's like been so many like Edo Japan like One Piece filler episodes?
I mean, not really. I mean, Greg, it's like Edo era Japan. I mean, there's literally only so much you can do with that, unless they're gonna get like really weird with it and go a Samurai Champloo direction.
Well, to me,
Yeah.
it just feels like, the equivalent of like Mickey Mouse, like telling you stories about the founding of America. That's like the most patriotic thing.
Yeah, and I guess for Oda, I was interested like how he was gonna tell like the founding of his version of like the founding of his own country, Japan, you know, in One Piece form. So to me, this whole arc has been very interesting to see, you know, him unfold it through his own vision. But if we're just talking about these particular chapters, I'd say the two best things is Big Mom coming up into the stage, and then Big Mom teaming up with Kaido, and Kazuki Odin. Those are the three best things so far.
Yeah, I think those are pretty apt. Now, Zavil, everything you hate about Wano.
I just want to go back to the fucking Revolutionary Army. That's all I want. I am pissed that I was more invested in the fucking flashbacks in this arc than I am about literally anything that happens. Like when the flashbacks ended, I'm like, oh shit, that's right. This is still fucking going. It's bad that I read last week's chapter, and my reaction to Luffy, Law, and Kid showing up is wait how the fuck did Luffy get out? Did I forget about that? Man, it's been a while since we've seen him.
Did you?
I feel like I'd remember that. Of course, I just haven't cared. Did I forget that? Fuck.
I was wondering how Law got out of the prison. That's what I was wondering.
Well, I don't think he was
Yeah,
ever in
you
the
see
prison.
what I mean? It like, but for me, there was that moment of like, did I just forget? Did this just not make an impact on me, and I just kind of glossed over it? That was a genuine like, wait, what the did I lose time? Was this like an alien abduction in fucking manga form?
Well, I think that's the sort
I
of...
feel like that's a pretty big thing to miss.
Yeah, I know. I fucking know.
That's the fundamental, I think, problem with Wano so far. Is
Like
that...
they've been building this and building this and building this, and so far it's like, I mean, it's One Piece, so it's not terrible storytelling. I mean, it's certainly better than anything that happened in the last third of Naruto, and I mean, basically anything in Bleach. I guess if you guys want to bicker about whether or not the Soul Society are counted, because I haven't read it, that's up to you. But so I mean, it's but for One Piece, I mean,
Well, here's what I think is the fundamental problem, and it's sort of the great part about Wano is that we've been getting like all the sort of like really great lore shit that we love, like the really serious lore shit. Like, you know, Odin was basically like Gary Stu, but he was allowed to like hang out with like all of the greatest lore figures that we've ever wanted to see, including Whitebeard and Roger, and gave us probably the most dialogue we've ever seen of Roger ever in the entire series. But in between these great morsels of like the hardcore lore, the great 1,000-year dynasty, the really, you know, the top of the level, the highest thing of the trees is the sort of like Wano shit, which is sort of like your standard shonen arc thing. And this late in the series, it's like we don't give a shit about Luffy saving the imperiled country. Like, it was nice in Arabasta, but at this point, we don't give a shit about this any of the side crap.
yeah.
You think it's like beating a dead horse in a way, like the same kind of like storytelling of like, oh, this country in peril.
Oh god, they've done it so many times. It feels like the One Piece tournament arc. We've done shit.
Well, the funny thing is, if you look back on the whole structure of the arc, you could say that, like, you know, if Wano is Arabasta and everything else was like all the little arcs leading up to Arabasta. Because think about it, whatchamacallit, Monosuke and Kinemon get introduced way back in Punk Hazard, which is the official start of the New World. Just like Vivi gets introduced on, what was that island? Whiskey Peak?
Yeah, that's true.
And little by little, we've been seeing her little entourage, the entourage of Wano people grow up and include and grow and expand, and adding more people to it. And then it ultimately culminates in this big, huge, super long, epic arc.
But I still feel like the Luffy saves Blank Island is the fucking One Piece tournament arc, because we've gone with Arlong Park, then into Skypiea, then to I'm sure I'm gonna gloss over stuff. This is just off the top of my head.
Isn't Skypiea after Arabasta?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thank you, Arabasta. Then so let's see here. Arlong Park, Arabasta, Skypiea, then to Fishman Island, then
Wait, Enislavi.
no, but that wasn't an island in peril though.
Yeah.
Okay. We're talking about Islands in Peril. Okay.
Yeah, we're specifically talking about Luffy saves a country or an island, like Gumzan, and then Dressrosa.
Yeah, Dressrosa felt like. Ugh.
You can argue whether or not Punk Hazard counts.
I would say no, just because.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no. That doesn't count. Then, fuck. Now we're at Wano. No, wait, no. Zoe.
Well, Zoe...
Sort of, yeah.
Zoe doesn't count because he didn't save anyone. All the action was pretty much done, and the elephant beats the main bad guy.
Okay, fine. So Dressrosa. I'm sorry, Wano. So that's 6. That's 6 fucking times that we've recycled this arc, and when it's done well, it's okay. Like everybody fucking loves Arlong Park. Everybody loved Arabasta. But when it's not, oh god, it drags like a motherfucker.
Skypiea was pretty fun.
It was okay. I mean that would be.
Some people love Skypiea. I'm of the negative opinion, but just because I've heard people argue that, like, oh, it's like a great self-contained, and it's also like the ultimate sort of like adventure story that feels like very Indiana Jonesy and whatnot.
I'm pretty neutral on it. This was not like the best thing ever for me, but it's not terrible either. Like the worst for me was fucking Fishman Island, and Dressrosa, while it could have been fucking amazing, just kind of dragged. And I'm still a little disappointed that Doffy turned out to be another punch-up villain, as opposed to like he really should have been like a manipulative behind-the-scenes kind of guy instead of instead of just playing fucking Rock and Sock'em Robots again. Also, Law should have gotten that kill, because I mean, literally everything leading up to that, that was Law's fight, but Luffy has to punch the bad guy. So, anyway, so the problem is, it's just we've done it enough times, 6 times, unless I'm missing something, that unless it's done well, it just feels kind of boring and like a rehash. And this late in the series, I don't want kind of just a rehash. That's fine when you're dealing with Skypiea, or, I mean, I was still a little disappointed with Fishman Island, but it's fine towards the beginning or middle of the series. But this late, I don't want to be walking into an arc going, oh Christ, we have seen this before, and holy shit, do I fucking hate every single one of these villains. They're boring. Well, and I do not understand how the fuck Kaido's crew is stupid enough to consistently keep eating these goddamn smiles. It's like, okay, all right, you already have a decent chance that your superpower is going to be I lose the ability to swim and also the ability to display negative emotions. So that sucks.
Oh shoot! What are they called again?
The smile
ones.
fruits and the
Yeah, yeah,
grifters and the
yeah.
pleasures.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
pleasures. Yeah,
So
the
you already
pleasures.
have, what is it, like a 50-50 chance of just shooting yourself in the foot for no reason. Then, if you get a smile fruit, if you get a gifter power,
Yeah.
how many of those gifter powers would you lose the ability to swim for? Like, genuine question. How many of those would you look at it and go, yeah, that's a power I would I'd fucking give up my ability to like go in water when most of the world around me is a fucking ocean. I can think of one,
Hey,
maybe two.
look at Hold'em right there. Hold'em, the guy with the
The incredible
with the
power of the
Yeah,
lion that
yeah.
punches his
in his
crotch.
tongue.
Yeah, yeah. Let's look at some of the crappier fruits. We have the dude whose lion punches him in the nuts on a regular basis.
Oh, the guard who is like his body's like swallowed by a hippo.
Yeah, that guy. And then we have the horse who
Horse lady.
can't control her impulse to eat random shit that's given to her, which I feel like is a horse thing because she like
Oh,
was like she knew that it was a bad idea to eat it, and yet like I guess her horse instincts were like, oh, it's food, and then just chomp down on that shit. So like every gifter we've seen just kind of sucks except for two. There is the bat. I mean, he sucks as a person, but his gifter power isn't bad. He can fly. I mean, that's kind of worth giving up the ability to swim for. I mean, you don't really need to worry about drowning so much if you can just fly. And this is debatable, but at least the power doesn't handicap you in some critical way. There's the guy who can grow sheep horns out of his hands. Not really
sheep horns
something
out
I.
of his hands.
Yeah, remember the guy who could like just grow horns out of his hands?
I forgot about that one.
Is
Yeah, he was one of the
Alpaca
guys in
Man?
Zoe, whatever the fuck.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. All right,
Yeah,
go
that
on.
fucker. So okay,
No,
yeah.
no. Okay.
So we have 2 out of at least 5 gifters. So if you manage not to shoot yourself in the foot with just getting no powers and a bunch of drawbacks, you have a 2 in 5 chance of getting something actively detrimental as your power, a 1 in 5 chance of getting something that isn't terrible, but does come with some kind of shitty drawbacks, and another 2 in 5 chance of getting something that isn't terrible.
Hmm.
Technically, I would call that a 1 in 5 chance of getting something mediocre but beneficial, and a 1 in 5 chance of getting something that doesn't suck. Who is eating these and why? Like, who voluntarily puts
And-
this in their mouth?
And you know what?
Suck.
You know what the greatest weakness for all these beast pirates are that eat the smile fruits?
They can't eat anything else that doesn't suck. That it's an actual devil fruit.
No, but you know, the little girl who makes the dango out of her cheek, she's just mind control them all.
Yeah, that's another pretty severe weakness. And you would assume that the Dango girl could probably team up with Usopp, and then that's the end of. Yeah, that's well. Here's another.
I mean, it's a really situational weakness, but I mean, in this case, yeah, you're absolutely right. But I'm just talking about a more general numbers game. If someone approached you and went, Greg, I have this amazing artificial fruit that I've created. 50-50, you will lose your ability to enjoy to like express your emotions, and also you just drown in large bodies of water.
Well, here's another-
But hey, on the other 50% chance that you actually get this thing,
Has it been
most of the
confirmed?
time it's gonna suck.
Has it been confirmed that they can't swim the pleasures?
Like, I'm pretty sure they can't. I guess we'd have to check, but I assume that's the drawback. I mean, they ate a devil fruit.
The only instance I've seen a pleasure submerged underwater was Killer, along with Utis Kid.
Oh, Eustace Kid.
Eustace Kid.
Well,
yeah.
That's sort of another issue. Is that like I think the most. Who's your favorite Wano character? And you can't use Odin.
I can't use Odin.
You can't use Odin.
Yeah, he's a flashback.
Do you really? That was interesting. You called him a Gary Stew. I guess he's like, yeah, he's like with all the cool guys, all the cool kids.
All right, let me.
No.
Come
Come on.
All right.
Come up with a good Wano character. We've got so many to fucking choose from.
Fine. You want to know who my favorite fucking Wano character is? Out of literally everyone introduced so far, do you really want to know?
Now you kind of got me curious in the build up.
Can you guess?
The lion who punches himself in the groin.
Yes, it's fucking Holden. He is my favorite because he sucks so bad. And normally, I hate that kind of shit. It's just dumb. But in this case, it's gone so far that I just cannot help but fucking love it. It's so fucking stupid that I cannot help but find some level of joy in just how fucking terrible his power is.
But Goro, did you like Shinobu or Hiyori or any of the Seven Scabbards or Orochi or there's so many great characters to choose from.
I like the what's his name? The old mafia guy, the Hongoku
of the flowers.
Yeah, the old guy. He's a pretty cool old dude to team up with Luffy like that and try and fight for their lives in the little arena thing.
All right, I'll give you. He's like one of the.
He's like a strong mentor character, I believe.
I'll give you that. He's a little bit better than some of the other characters we've had throughout the arc. But like if we never saw him again, I don't think I'd lose any sleep over it.
I mean, teaching Luffy a new cool ability, like that'd be really cool to see Luffy use that against Kaido.
Well, here's I think the big issue is that like Big Mom. I think if you compare them, Big Mom was like much more threatening and much more interesting of an antagonist than anything. Kaido just seems.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I agree. Kaido, he just seems like a lazy drunk, but not in a good way.
No. There could have been so many like chances to make him like not just like terrifying and evil, but also just like we haven't had a really good comedy relief villain in forever. Like, when was the last time we had a really, really good comedy relief villain?
Big Mom?
Foxy?
Oh, okay. Big Mom does not count. She was terrifying and a fucking cannibal. I mean, there were like situations where she was funny. I mean, most One Piece characters have that, but yeah, she's not just like she's not there just to be funny. And I feel Kaido could have been that as like the depressed, angry alcoholic that just wants to die.
Yeah.
That's the
considering he threw himself off a sky island and got pissed when he didn't die. There could have been so many chances to just play up this really like dark humor for laughs.
It would be really great to see his subordinates actually step up and take more leadership roles. Be like, Kaido, stop trying to kill yourself all the time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Go fight these pirates. He's like,
just like, or you just kind of like walk in, and at some point he is just like striking himself in the face repeatedly with a hatchet, and then just like the hatch, like this mangled piece of metal, just falls to the floor, and his subordinates are like, "Will you fucking stop that?" And just like browbeat him into paying attention and giving orders. Like that would be shit. Fucking Hydra. What the fuck is his name?
Oh, Orochi?
Yeah, like that would have been an amazing role for him as like the pissed off, long-suffering subordinate who is competent and actually running everything, and is just like basically kind of goading this giant murder machine where he wants it to go. It's like, I just want to die. Look, okay, I understand that, but maybe if you go fight the Straw Hat, maybe he'll kill you. Seriously, put down the giant barrel of cyanide. You have tried this before. Literally all it did was give you indigestion. Go get into a punch up with the fucking Straw Hat. Please.
Yeah, that's the thing. Big Mom was like a great mix of like, she was intimidating. She had a great power set. She had a great villainous backstory. She had also the sort of like dumb incompetence, but she had better people under her who could sort of manage her and keep her shit going. She had like elite. She literally screwed the entire planet to create. Nobody could work with her, so she literally procreated her own family unit of people with superpowers. To manage shit, and they're all terrifying. She basically birthed the 80s version of Luffy, who punched his way out of the fist of the North Star in order.
Yeah, like I just want to see like Kaido is like hungover and pissed off 90% of the time, and like I feel like his subordinates are basically just the people who know the right trigger words and know just like how to kind of like shove him in a direction they want him to go.
Yeah.
Whereas like everybody under him, like basically was just like, imagine an entire crew of like Nami or Robin, like that mentality, as they're just like, yes, go over there, do that. Who knows? Maybe you'll get your head chopped off. It'll be great. And that's what you want, right? Yes, and if you don't, if you come back, we have like 20 barrels of sake, and yes, you can get shit-faced, but until you do that, we're hiding them somewhere. And we both know you're too lazy to try and find them.
I still have faith in Oda that he may develop Kaido a little bit better.
He's pulled miracles before. I won't put it past him. I mean, if he could turn Gangbei, the most dumbest supernova who we all hated on appearance, into like a top 3 character, it's not impossible.
But they did that really quick in the Whole Cake Island arc. We kind of liked him from the start. And I mean, shit.
We did like him from the start. I thought it took a little bit.
I don't know. As soon as they kind of introduced his character and what was going on, I kind of started warming up to him. And now it's just like we are how far into the Wano arc?
Pretty goddamn
we've
far.
like introduced the fact that like, oh yeah, Big Mom and Kaido were on a crew together, and so far like, it's still Big Mom is interesting, and Kaido is just kind of like this muscle lump that again belongs more in Fist of the North Star for Kenshiro to just like pressure point his way through.
Well, his character is really not very developed at all. Like he should have gotten at least something interesting from like that flashback, at least. But he was just really he was just there. He was just like, I'm the evil villain guy, and he's like, there's this weird scene where he's like holding up Kazuki Odin's Momonosuke. What's his name?
Monosuke or Mononosuke? I think Mononosuke, yeah.
Right. He's holding him up and he's about to like drop him. He's like,
I really like that scene.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
just sort of like, do you have nothing better to do than to like hold this like little screaming little infant who's kind of just terrible and a shadow of his father?
yeah. And then then just like snap out of it, be like, you know what? I'm just gonna let you burn instead, and I'm gonna ride away on my dragon power
Yeah.
and look away. So
Can I also say I freaking hate Orochi, but not in like the good way, like a villain who should, but in like the why does anyone listen to this guy? Why does anyone follow this guy? Why does Kaido like working with him?
Why is anyone why? Just why? He could have been a decent villain before. Like we keep coming back to this, where it's just like these people could have been decent villains before the time skip, and now it's just like, who is this fuck? Jesus Christ.
well, the thing about Orochi, I feel like he was he had a little bit of help. Like he was manipulated by the previous
I just feel like so
Uzumi
many
clan.
of these
Clan, is that it?
I feel like so many of these people are fucking caribou. They should have just been nailed in a fucking barrel by now. They're not a threat. They literally just should have been shoved in a barrel and kicked out to sea.
Yeah,
Now,
and it doesn't.
that fucking reminds me. Okay. So we get Odin,
Kurozumi.
like super fucking awesome and amazing, and like apparently held up to being boiled in oil for like a fucking day or something. Why does he not have hockey? He like hung out with Roger and Whitebeard. Like, honestly, tell me this honestly.
He did have hockey, but they didn't call it hockey. They call it something else.
Did you see the lower half of his body turn black in the oil? Did you? No.
No.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah. Just honestly, tell me this. Just legitimately.
But are you expecting him to be like in hockey the whole time and like survive the boiling oil?
He hung out with Roger and Whitebeard and like kicked around like a crazy motherfucker all over like the fucking New World.
Okay,
yes, I expect him to be able to do that.
Okay, Whitebeard. Okay, let look in comparison wise. Whitebeard fought against the lava guy, Akinu, right?
He
like
was old
that's
and
almost
dying.
the equivalent. That's almost the
He
equivalent.
was old
He shot
and
lava
dying.
in the side of his face. Why didn't
He was like
Whitebeard hockey
71
that? Why didn't
fucking
Whitebeard
years
hockey
old.
that?
He was 71 years old and attached to IVs. He literally ripped the IVs out, downed like a barrel of sake, and then lumbered off the ship like a crazy
Odin has been dancing for
motherfucker.
5 years, half naked.
I'm just saying,
Odin's
that's
been dancing
why. The man was already dying, okay? What the fuck is Odin's excuse? He's like in the prime of his life. Just honestly tell me. No. Just Greg, honestly answer me this question. If someone said to you, we're going to boil one of the monster trio for in oil for a day, would you be afraid of that? Would that scare you, or would your assumption be, yeah, okay, sure, buddy, that's fine, no one cares?
I mean,
Because that would be my assumption. My assumption is like they shove Luffy or Zoro or Sanji in a vat of oil for like 12 hours, and they're just like, what? This was great. This was like a nice fucking sauna. I just basically like turned that lower half of my body into like armament hockey and just kind of hung out there for a while like a crazy motherfucker.
well, if
You know, because I can.
if you're gonna go there, like you could
If
armament.
someone tried to boil Luffy to death, that just would not be something that would be like, oh no, that's terrible. It'd be like, okay, that's going to be hysterical when you open the pot because he's punching you in the face as soon as he gets out. The same thing for Zoro. It's just like, I mean, he might not have his swords, but my assumption is as soon as you open the fucking pot, he's just punching everyone in the fucking face. And just Sanji, I mean, my assumption is when they open the pot, he's so fucking angry, all of the oil is on fire, and he murders everyone because he's just not afraid of fire.
And
So-
he probably have some sort of line where he says, like, you know, "Yeah, how could you waste so much great oil on not cooking for someone?"
Yeah. So he just like busts out of that thing and just like legs on fire and just starts beating everyone about the face with his with just fucking burning oil.
Yeah.
So
but-
assuming that we've already pretty much established the monster trio is not on par with Odin. They're gonna have to work for that a little bit. Why the fuck is everyone like, oh no, Odin is boiling to death? That to me just should have been, oh well, what do you fucking know? This is not a threat. It's fucking boiling oil. You might want to like.
I don't know.
You might
Remember
want
that
to
scene
actually
from The
start
Watchmen?
beating
where
the man with armament hockey because that's the only way to fucking kill him at this point.
What about, remember that scene from The Watchmen where the Rorschach throws the oil at the guy?
Yes, and it's a shonen anime. This isn't going to work.
Yeah,
If
very,
Rorschach
very
pulled that
different
shit
universes.
on literally anybody past like fucking what? I don't fucking know. Like past Shabby Archipelago, the assumption would be he gets his ass beat, and then if they don't have armament hockey, Chopper just kind of slaps some bandages on there, and in like 3 days they're fine and nothing happened.
Well, you see, it took a little bit more than oil to kill Odin.
I'm just saying.
It wore him out.
He
It
died.
wore him out after a while.
He
okay?
died
and
from the most
Yes.
ineffectual form of attack in One Piece.
Okay, those could have been sea stone bullets, by the way.
But did he actually have a devil fruit? I don't think Odin had a devil fruit.
No, but those are really hard bullets. They're really.
Fuck off, Craig. Just fuck off. Just god fucking damn it, fuck off.
Oh, you think Kaido would shoot a regular gun? He would fire a regular gun. Him being Kaido, like he's gotta have some kind of special gun to fire, right?
I don't know. They just said that those were bullets.
You know, if Ben Beckman can threaten a man with a fucking pistol,
See?
my assumption is yes, you can it's already been shown you can infuse hockey into bullets. So honestly, my assumption is the man who cannot die, who I assume is like an armament hockey specialist, could probably shoot somebody in the face and kill them. And it would be more effective than boiling someone to death. Especially at this stage in the One Piece power creep game.
Yeah, well, you could also wear them out physically, emotionally through the boiling, and then shoot them.
I fucking guess. I don't know. I'm just that did not impress me. It's something that should not have like phased one of the like big three of the fucking straw hat crew.
I mean, it was pretty like
it
was pretty anticlimactic.
gotta
Like
bring
this
literally
is shoot him in the head.
Any of the fucking supernovas, Sanji, just anybody of that caliber should just be able to walk through that shit and just like fuck it. I don't care. It's oil. Fuck off.
In the chat, someone had said something really funny. Those were flashback bullets. They have high efficiency.
Flashback bullets are much more lethal
what
than
if that is Ben
present-day
Beckman's
bullets.
power? What if his power, since he's the smartest man in One Piece, is the ability to get you to have a flashback and while you're reminiscing, shoot you in the fucking face?
I can sort of see that.
Yes, he has the superpower of the flashback gun.
Greater than hockey.
It puts you in the one thing you can't defend against. A very sad One Piece flashback.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that would be like an amazing fourth wall break that I would actually accept. It's just like the sad music starts playing and everyone's like, oh no. Oh fuck no.
But overall, all right.
Well, now that we've delved into the negatives, now I'm going to steer it back to the positives, where we've gotten like some really, really tasty lore nuggets. such as
Yes.
the reveal of what happened to the Reverie, post-Reverie, where we've got the implication that Sabo's been kidnapped, and we also got the big bounty reveals and the super lore of the Rocks pirates.
Okay, that was pretty cool. Like actually putting a number on Gold Roger's bounty. That was pretty hype.
Oh yeah, I loved getting numbers on Roger, Shanks, Whitebeard, Big Mom, Kaido, as well as getting the fact that there was like this ancient history and that like freaking Blackbeard is like the reincarnation of Zebek D. Rocks, and he's living in the same island that he had, and that you get this multi-generational saga shit, and even the crap about like the nature of One Piece. That One Piece wasn't something that Roger left behind; it was something he was found, and he literally didn't say that like oh, I left everything in one piece. It's actually a thing that existed before that.
Yeah,
No.
I do appreciate the fact that apparently the rock pirates are so fucking goddamn terrifying that Roger and Garp had to just stop whatever the fuck they were doing and team up.
God, and I think that's also one of the most frustrating things that Oda's been doing post Time Jump is that he keeps on like all the shit you really, really want to see. He keeps on putting it off screen.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like that's because he knows that will overshadow what the story he's actually telling.
yeah.
Maybe there'll be like a little side animation for that one day for like each one of those like super awesome fights.
Well, I mean, let's think about all the shit that we've had. How awesome would you like to have seen the Akoji versus Aquino battle of ice and fire on Punk Hazard that determined?
Oh, yeah.
That would be awesome.
How much would you have liked to have seen the Blackbeard versus the Revolutionary Army?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I would kill to see that. That'd be amazing.
And how much would you actually like to have seen the Revolutionary Army's raid on Mary Joyce?
Oh, I was so pissed when they cut away from that. that I feel like that's half the reason I'm so
Have we ever
fucking pissed
heard
about
of the
Wano,
Revolutionary
is
Army?
because I just do not give a fuck. All I want to see is like the Revolutionary Army just beating the fucking shit out of a bunch of world nobles.
But have they ever won a battle that we know of yet?
Just a bunch of off-screen stuff.
Yeah, we just know that they're badass off screen, and Luffy's father is the leader of them.
No,
But-
they've never really had a lot of screen time. We just know that they're working to their. Dragon is the most dangerous person of all time.
Yep.
They're working towards their shit. But somehow maybe Sabo got captured, but we don't know for sure. We don't know for sure. But we've also gotten.
Why don't we know for sure?
Well, because it was really vague and cryptic in the chapter where we talked about the.
Oh,
events of
like
Reverie.
poor Sabo or something like
Yeah,
that.
exactly. They kept on saying like Sabo, no, and then Blackbeard. My theory is I think
Could he
Blackbeard.
be dead?
No, I don't think he's dead. I think he got kidnapped, and then Blackbeard.
I was thinking that might be the case with.
Oh, you guys still there? Says connection interrupted.
Oh, yes.
I see. Oh, there we go.
Your connection
There it
dropped
is.
a bit.
Yeah. We're back.
Welcome
Okay.
back.
Welcome back.
So go on.
What was I saying?
Oh, Jesus Christ, Craig.
Do you remember what I was saying, Savvy?
Yeah. You were trying to figure out. It's like, okay, is Sabo
what happened to
kidnapped?
Sabo?
Yeah.
Because I assumed like, wow, they must have killed him or something. Or
I'm not sure they do that off screen, especially to one of Luffy's brothers. I feel like that is something that we'd actually get to see.
this would be like another Ace situation. I feel like another
Yeah.
like, oh fuck, Luffy is gonna tear some ass to try and save his brother Sabo.
Man, that would just be the most cursed fucking devil fruit. If it's fucking 2 for 2.
I feel like Oda wouldn't repeat himself that much to have like a save Sabo storyline. I feel like Sabo could be like converted to Blackbeard's crew.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I
And Luffy
don't
has to
know.
like unconvert him.
Possibly, it would be a nice little fight because, like, one thing is we know that somehow Blackbeard was able to recruit a Koji, but we don't know the circumstances of why he's working with him. But I could see a Koji like potentially getting Sabo to like join the Blackbeard pirates. Because remember, he said he wanted to recruit Ace, and he says, "Hey, you want to join me?"
Koji was working with Blackbeard?
Yeah.
That I assume is he's just a little mercenary and was kind of burned out on the Marines, and so it's like, you know what, fuck it, sure, I'll join you fucking lunatics. I got nothing better to do, and being lazy is my primary character trait.
Well, I also feel like that he feels that Akoji knows something that we don't about the true state of the world, and feels like aligning with the D is some way to like prevent whatever cataclysm is coming on the future.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, my assumption is he's probably been captured or kidnapped, and the next big fucking thing we get out of the Revolutionary Army is their next is a rematch with the Blackbeard Pirates, and they managed to get away with Sabo just in time, and then basically run to Luffy and be like, okay, shit's about to go down, we need your help. And then Luffy joins up with the Revolutionary Army and just goes in swinging deal with Blackbeard.
Well, here's what I predict for the overall structure. I feel like obviously we got a ways to go to Wano. Wano's not ending anytime soon. But I feel like the whole purpose of Wano is like throwing the showing that the supernovas are going to overtake the Yonko generation, and then it's basically going to be a mad dash for who can get to One Piece next. And then I think that's when we'll have like the big Blackbeard fight, where Blackbeard and Luffy and all other supernovas, the worst generation, are basically on a 9-way fight to see who can get to One Piece. One Piece is revealed, and then I think you get the final epic arc after the One Piece backstory, and that's when the Revolutionary Army comes into play.
I still think it would be really goddamned funny if, I mean, does Law actually have a legitimate reason to want the One Piece? Wasn't most of his motivation fucking over Doffy?
I think that was part of it, but he did state he wanted to be Pirate King a few times, so I think he still like has that aim. But he was, Law was like such a bitter person that he was like, I'd throw all that away if I could get back at Doflamingo.
Yeah.
So that's how I sort of read that.
So I can't remember. Has Luffy awakened his
Not yet. Surprisingly,
I'm still waiting for that.
Oda's like keeping that in his back pocket for. Like,
I don't think they're gonna make Luffy awaken his devil fruit.
No, there's no way he would not like have that like fucking power up in his back pocket and not use it at some point.
Well, it just doesn't feel like a very Luffy thing to do, to have his devil fruit awaken and like him using like his power to make everything rubber and bouncy. Like that doesn't feel like a Luffy
that is
thing.
a pretty crappy awakening. But then again, considering Doffy took string and made it threatening, who fucking knows?
Oda will find some way to make it badass.
I don't think it's gonna be like. I don't think it's going to be weak or anything. I think it just doesn't feel like appropriate to Luffy's character in general, like in how he fights. It just doesn't. It seems like a very uncharacteristic power up for Luffy. That's what I'm saying.
Well, what I think he'd do is he'd use it like in a way to like strengthen himself. So like he'd create a rubber and then he'd bounce back, so he's like a supersonic bouncing ball, and then he hits something.
Yeah, like if he's gonna knock into something, it turns into rubber, so it just kind of bends in and then shoots him back out. Like that's kind of where I see it going, is rather than like plow through like 3 or 4 building walls. He just like you see the way he fires bullets back is it just like the wall just kind of bends and then just shoots him back out.
Okay, so it's more to power up like Luffy's own like
less impact damage to him and more redirected energy when he just bounces himself back out of it.
That's interesting.
I could see that.
Luffy's never not going to be a brawler. That's his thing. He punches shit. He
It's
punches
got-
shit really hard.
It's got to attribute it to his like brawler, like fighting style. That's
Yeah.
my feeling.
And I think Oda will find a way for it. But I feel like he's saving that. Like this bit, like Luffy really doesn't really do training arcs. Like technically, the only one we eventually had was freaking whatchamacallit, the one with Rayleigh. And
That wasn't really a training arc. That was just like a time jump.
Well, it was a time jump, but it was a self-contained training arc in the sense that like he went to see someone to give himself strength. Because I mean, think about it. When he developed Gear 2, there was never any foreshadowing. It was just sort of like,
oh, I saw your moves, and I thought I would play around with them.
He thought really, really hard on his way to getting up to Enni's lobby. And then he just sort of like improv it. Hey, this works. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's fine. That's perfectly in character.
Yeah.
But
I was fine with those power-ups when he got them in his lobby.
Yeah.
I was actually really... Those were awesome power-ups.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, it was a perfectly natural progression, and they worked really nice, especially the giant man. But, I could see, like... and Gear 4 was, like, a nice encapsulation of, like, every single little principle he learned, combined with the hockey and a really cool character design.
God, I still find the fucking jet-propelled feet stupid as shit.
Jet-propelled feet? What
Yes.
was that?
Oh God, do you not remember how he like cranked his legs up into his torso and just like kept? Do you not remember this?
Oh my God! When CP9 were like jumping in the sky.
Well, no, he has like a version of that himself.
Flying?
Do you not remember Luffy flying during Dressrosa?
In Gear 4?
Yeah.
Oh, in Gear 4?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was making like little... Oh my God. Okay, that was a while
He
ago.
injected his feet into his like body and sort of like shoots them out so they're
So he could like make like a little rocket.
Yes.
rocket leg.
Yes. Little rocket kicks.
Okay, I see. Yeah, that was that was a little strange.
Yeah. Still not a huge fan of Gear 4.
Yeah. I mean, aesthetically, it looked visually cool. Just in terms of like creative power-ups, it didn't really do it for me either. It's like, oh, my muscle now has hockey instead of my hockey infused, or he blew up his like muscle and infused it with hockey. Is that what he did?
Well, he blew into his muscles, and then he like had like hockey surrounding him for extra attacking doohickeys. Whatchamacallit. That's the general gist of Gear 4.
I still don't understand how it differs from Gear 3.
It's more powerful. I don't know. He's just a super strong man. He's a super strong man who punches stuff.
I think the idea was just like how you vulcanize rubber to make it stronger. He inflated himself and then applied hockey to his skin to basically make his skin stronger so he could hold more air pressure in.
Okay. All right.
That's actually a greater amount of logic than I've ever heard applied to it.
That's actually, that sounds pretty smart. Why couldn't Oda add that in?
Just like if you poke a tire and you feel how hard it is when it's fully inflated, even though it's full of air, like that. That is my understanding of how that's supposed to work.
Okay. That makes some sense. Hey, so how do you guys feel about Big Mom showing up in this arc?
I think. Well, that's the thing.
I like her better than Kaido.
That's the big.
That's obvious.
I think that's the biggest problem with this arc is that like all the most effective parts about it are like all the like older One Piece stuff that comes into it. Like I think the most.
Sorry, go ahead.
The most emotionally effective moment for me in the entire Wano arc was learning that the deranged attacker guy was Killer, and then like Kid being
yeah.
heartbroken. It's like, what did they do to you? What did they do to you? And not like Killer was like a super great character, but because he was like the Zorro to Eustace Kid's, anti-Luffy,
Yeah.
and because
Yeah.
we're sort of invested in the overall story of the supernovas, that to me was like more emotionally effective than like,
Yes.
than the Laugh Town or any of the other evil stuff that Orochi did.
Yeah, and I get more excited
agree.
every time Big Mom shows up than every time we get Kaido on screen. Because Kaido just gets on screen like, oh, great, it's you. I guess it's time for you to get drunk, punch something, or be incompetent. That's cool. And then Big Mom shows up, and I'm like, fuck yeah! I don't know what the fuck you're gonna do, but it's probably gonna be crazy, violent, or just fucking bizarre, and I am here for that.
Yeah, I love that moment when Kaido and her have like the big duel, and then they just decide, we're gonna team up!
Yeah, that was like, I thought that was pretty exciting when they decided, let's team up.
Oh.
Like that could add like a whole lot of
Oh yeah, it's
more
great.
awesomeness to this arc.
It's great, but the problem is that it's relying on how much we like Big Mom versus anything that Kaido's done.
Yeah, it's
Well, true.
Because Kaido started out great, but I don't know. I'm like, come on, Oda, give me something to grasp on. Give me something.
yeah. Give me a reason to actually like or be afraid of or interested in this fucker.
He's probably gonna get a backstory.
I hope.
May like.
I hope.
Yeah.
I would. Nothing would make me happier if we got like a 10-chapter backstory about the Rocks pirates.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh god.
The
Once
Rock
again,
Pirates.
proving the best thing about this fucking arc is the meanwhiles and backstory. No one gives a fuck about Wano. Everyone cares about the fucking Revolutionary Army and the Reverie and the fucking backstory with Goldie Roger and the Rocks Pirates.
And Kazuki Odin.
I did enjoy the Kazuki Odin one. I was like it, although I get this feeling like, I think one thing that Oda really fucked up was like when he introduced the Odin backstory and then he tells it without, they tells it in the montage with like the Straw Hats all hearing the Kazuki backstory and getting into it, and then telling, and then like there was it felt like a little bit Gary Stewish. It's like Whitebeard loved Kazuki Odin, and whatchamacallit, Gold Roger loved Kazuki Odin, and Odin was the best and he made friends with everyone, versus like, if we just got right into the thick of it with like Odin being introduced by his like father being like, oh god, he's 2 years old and he threw his nursemaid and he went to a brothel and started a war. Like, if he started off with that versus like, everyone loves Odin, then I think I would. But
that would have been fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
It's just like, who is this mighty Odin? Then just like cut immediately to like, oh god, I can't deal with this. He's 2. He just busted the fucking house out, went to a brothel, drank everything, and just started kicking everyone's ass all the time.
I did like that. Like, I did really enjoy the Odin backstory. Most of it. I like really enjoyed the.
Okay. Honestly, Odin's backstory is what I was kind of hoping for out of Kaido. It's just like,
You know what?
like everyone like Kaido is just like, oh my god, why is he a pirate? Flashback. Cut to Odin. Or cut to Kaido, age 2, having drunk an entire sake factory out of business, and then just like proceeds to break up an entire town and like kick in the door to a brothel and be like, "What up? Puberty came early." and then like this narrator going like, and that was the start of Kaido's troubles. Like, next chapter, Kaido, age 5, and just like everything on an island is on fire. Cut to Kaido, just having drunk everything on the island, and like the fucking governor of the island is just like, we're so sorry, we don't have any more booze, and then we just see him like fling the governor off the island. Cut to 3 islands over, and this guy just like busts through a marine marine fortress and just lands in front of a marine captain. Cut to Kaido, age 10, with like
It'd be really
50 marine ships just busted up on the shore, and he's like, "No more sake," and then just picks up a ship and just throws it.
That would be really interesting. You bring a good point. It'd be really interesting to see like a Kaido flashback where he's just like basically a completely different person. And you kind of feel like, oh my god, you must have gone through some serious fucking trauma to like be this depressed shit like that you are right now. Like
I would like it if it was just something stupid, like he's developed such a tolerance that he just wants to die because he can't get shit faced anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, I just kept getting stronger. I didn't think it meant I couldn't get drunk anymore. And then we get like this amazing moment where Zoro just like has this 30-second pause, like, wait, what? Fuck. And they have like this commiseration moment before they go back to fighting.
So far, Zoro likes fighting more than he likes booze, but booze is a close second.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what? Just like we need to learn like why Kaido wants to do these things in Wano. Why does he want to build this smile fruit and drug empire? Why does he want to build the Beast Pirates in the first place? It doesn't seem like he has any motivation necessarily.
Yeah, his motivation so far has just been mustache twirling evil.
Yeah, like one thing I can't wait to hear your opinion on is the One Piece Stampede movie, which is basically like an hour and a half of One Piece fan service, celebrating 20 years of One Piece. But the one thing I did not like about the movie was the main villain, who was like a former Rogers Pirates, but he's just like big, strong muscle guy. And he doesn't really have a motivation other than, I'm gonna beat up everyone. And
he was a Rogers pirate?
Yeah, that's his backstory.
Huh. Oh.
Which is supposed to make you take him seriously. But, he's just like this giant...
Does they show up in the manga at all?
No.
Oh, shit. I thought I might have seen a super strong dude in the Rogers Pirates when they did the Kazuki Odin flashback.
I'd have to go look in on the One Piece wiki to tell you if they had him in the background. I mean, Oda might have, because like Oda supervised it, so it is a little bit more canonicity than like the typical filler movie. But at the same time, the film Z, he had like this great backstory, and I love the fact that all the Marines were so super sad and bitter about the Z guy being this like disgraced admiral who was their mentor, and they all respected him. And then they had that great scene where like freaking Akoji gives him his deathbed while he sings the old sailor song, and Bullet's just like, I'm gonna punch guy, I'm gonna be a super strong guy, I'm gonna punch everyone so I can punch everyone.
This was in the One Piece movie?
The most...
And you are not selling me on watching this.
Because I haven't watched One Piece movies in very, very long time. It's hard to get me to watch,
Well, I think you saw Film Z. I saw Film Z.
Non-continuity content.
Well, no, everything else is great. Like, if you ever want to see Buggy the Clown team up with Luffy, along with Sabo, and a bunch of other characters, do you want to see all the supernovas fight against a giant bullet sponge and actually use powers you've never seen them get to fight in the main series? Do you want to see all their freaking ships? Like it's basically like One Piece porn, but not like fan service porn. Just like, seeing all the bunch of characters who will never probably see interact in the manga, just all hang around together.
Yeah, I guess it would be kind of cool. Like, would be cool to see, some of the other supernovas like in action. Like, I forget what Scratchman of Pooh does. What does he do?
Yeah, you get to
he's
see,
like a DJ.
You get to see
he's like a human instrument
who makes things explode.
Yes.
Okay, and then what about the angel guy? The
angel. He gets really strong. He's so far the most uninteresting supernova.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he does. He just punches shit.
Yeah,
The-
he's the one who's on the top of the list in terms of the least interesting freaking supernovas. But no, I'd still recommend it. But like I said, the big flaw is that like the villain doesn't really have an interesting motivation, and giving a good motivation goes a long way towards selling a good villain. And having a good villain is a great way to have people feel compelled to the arc.
That's true. Hey, Capone Beja used to be boring, but
Yeah,
look
okay,
at
that's
what
fine.
Oda did with him. He could do the same thing with Kaido. He could do the same thing with your
Rouge. Possibly, but well, the question is like, are we gonna like stop focusing on the red scabbards and the fucking what's it, the Kappa monster and Denjiro and Lord Higuru and the Yakuza and the people of Smile Town and the Laughing Lord Yasuki and all the bajillion other freaking Wano characters?
Mm. Yeah, there is a lot of Wano characters.
So
really...
many. Although he seems to be having a blast drawing this arc. There's like a lot of great like freaking Japanese artwork.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And I think whatchamacallit, Zavil must love the non-closed borders theme, which is nice in the flashback where like Odin's like, "Oh my God, the world is so great and amazing. Look at all this incredible
open the borders.
Open the borders. Don't close off."
Yeah.
I think the thing about Wano is like I feel like Wano is like it has so much lore like entrenched through it. There's like so much mystery and lore happening in Wano. Like it feels like this should be an important arc for One Piece.
It's definitely being treated as that, but I guess there's like, because remember the whole point is that like what was the thing that Odin wants to do? Oh no, that he tells him that you've got to
open the borders.
No, not just open the board. Oh yeah, someone's gonna appear in
20 years.
In 20 years, who's gonna be the reincarnation of this Joy Boy, this Will of D, One Piece super lad, who's probably Luffy, and Wano's got to be ready to support them. So this is gonna be an 150 chapter arc. Maybe 200 chapters. Who knows? I mean, if Whole Cake Island and Dressrosa could be stretched out to nearly 100 chapters, and considering how Wano is so important, I wouldn't be surprised if we get 200 chapters of Wano. But the idea is like the whole 200 chapters devoted towards prepping. It's basically a 200 chapter backstory for the formation of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet.
Yes, this is interesting.
Because, I mean, as much as Zavul hates the Straw Hat Grand Fleet and all of the stupid people of the Gladiator tournament, I think you're glad that at the very least it was all kept onto the side versus like an in-depth backstory about the freaking mythology of the guy with a cone head. Or, I'm just trying to think, what other stupid characters? Or the Tontadas.
The Tontadas?
Remember the fairies?
Yeah, those fuckers.
Yeah, we didn't get like a super long mythology.
Oh, those things.
Yeah.
The little munchkin.
The little munchkin things.
Yeah. Sorry, something you said about Joy Boy really made me think. Like, is Luffy the reincarnation of Joy Boy? It seems like he half destroyed the ship. The arc.
The great arc ship. Hard to say. I mean, we don't know enough about Joy Boy to really understand the context. We just know that Joy Boy is like much more important than we thought he was. He is integral to One Piece itself, and that
Shirahoshi is the one. Wait. Shirahoshi is basically the Pluton weapon, right?
No, I think she's Neptune.
Yeah.
Or Poseidon.
The Poseidon weapon?
Yeah, Shirahoshi is Poseidon. What? I hear some gears turning in your head. What pieces are you trying to lead us towards?
Side. Weapon.
Zavil, do you have any thoughts about this conspiracy?
Yes.
World?
So the incarnation of the weapon Poseidon. So someone
is one of the warships.
They dropped a whole shit ton of lore in the Kazuki Odin like backstory, like all kinds of interconnecting stuff. Backstories about like the Poseidon weapon, Fishman Island, Joy Boy. Like even like going into like it's not really Raft Hill, it's Laugh Tale.
Oh yeah, I love that because that was the big reveal in the fucking movie. That's how you know Oda did it. Is that in the big here? I'll give you a minor spoiler.
Okay.
So basically, the whole movie, One Piece Stampede, is that there's a giant pirate festival and there's this incredible treasure left behind by Gold Roger. So all the pirates have to race to find out who's going to get the treasure. And then Buggy gets the treasure and he opens it up and he sees what is it? It's a log pose not to the Raft Tail, but Laugh Tail. And that's the first time that you learn that, Oda's been trolling us all along. It's Laugh Tail's the last island. Before he even did it in the manga, in this stupid movie, he has that big reveal.
Wow. Okay. God, that reminds me of the My Hero Academia movie that we just watched. I feel like these movies are kind of like a testing ground for these creators. For the creators
to like troubleshoot ideas.
Yeah.
Sometimes it varies if like the creator is, the worst part is like when you get like the generic anime filler movie where it's just made by the production staff and it's just like really expensive filler and it's always terrible and there's always some like bright-eyed kid who like, I'm gonna go, hey, say hello to I'm gonna go join the characters. Yay! Oh my god, it's so great to see you, Luffy or Deku. You're the best. And those are always super late. And then there's the evil filler villain. The only thing that matters is power and the power of power. Well, here's my special version of my signature attack that I'll only do for this movie to beat you because what's really important is friendship. Take that, evil big bad guy. No.
You forgot the random small child inserted to every fucking movie.
That's what's
wow. Thank you, Shawnee Liang.
Thank you. Thank you for the super chat, Shawnee. I can't believe she sent a super chat. This is very generous in these dark times.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's so sweet of you.
Thank you very much. You should have written a message that we could have read out because that's the best way to use super chats. But yeah, so and I think maybe that's the problem is that save the town always. Thank you for supporting the Lobster. Yeah, that's the sort of problem with I guess Wano is it feels like a bigger version of the standard One Piece storyline of like let's save the town. And we're getting all these like really tantalizing lore nuggets, but we're like, man, wouldn't it be more awesome if we could actually like learn about Joy Boy and why Roger laughed? Yes,
I feel like there's just so much to unwrap with that backstory of
I mean, hell,
Roger and Odin.
Let me just put it this way: who do you like better? Do you like any of Kaido's minions better than Basil Hawkins, who's been far more competent and badass than most of them?
No, Basil's awesome.
you like
voodoo powers are awesome.
Yeah, and you I bet you'd like a nice little backstory about Basil Hawkins since we've been waiting to see him do something, right?
Yeah, that was pretty cool when he fought Law and the other Straw Hats.
Yeah, that was great.
He's actually one of the better beast pirates. so to speak.
I think that's the worst part, is that like the most compelling Beast pirates are all the people who are like supernovas. Like X-Drake, it seems like he's got his shit together better than anyone else. Oh yeah, and then that other interesting thing that we learned, that X-Drake is actually a triple agent where he's like pretending to be a pirate, but he's actually still this captain of this.
Yeah, he's working for the Marines.
The sword.
I completely forgot about that.
That Gobi's apparently a part of as well.
It's like really weird, like triple agent, like shenanigans going on with the Marines.
Yeah, would you like to hear more about X-Drake?
I would actually. Like, that was like, how are you a triple agent? Like, what? Okay, wait. Is it a double agent or a triple agent? Like,
I guess a double agent, because he's an ex-Marine who's pretending to be a pirate to infiltrate other pirates. So yeah, I guess just a double agent.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Because originally we sort of thought he was like we thought he was just like an ex-rogue Marine, like a Koji. But then we learned that he's still loyal to the Marines. And that was sort of the interesting revelation. But yeah, so I guess for this past year of One Piece chapters, if you had to give a rating, what would you give what we've gotten of the Wano arc?
7. It's not the worst thing I've ever read, but I have come to expect better of One Piece, so 7. It's average.
I'm going to be a little bit more judicious. I'd say 8.5.
Fuck you.
I definitely feel like a little annoyed, but I feel like the big morsels of like great meaty One Piece stew have been great. The fact that Oda's been like, touching upon the golden, to feature Gold Roger in anything, like takes everything, we're up to 12, we're up to 11, we're taking it higher than we could ever go because we're seeing the greatest pimp dick figure in One Piece lore ever. And even that, just like that one splash panel of Roger and oh god, and that little nugget, god, why can't we just get a flashback of like Baby Buggy and freaking Shanks?
Yeah, like that was pretty cool.
I also loved like learning that Blackbeard was like this little orphan kid, and then they just looking at him weird. That kid, that whole time he wasn't sleeping.
Yeah. It reminded me of a little bit of, I hate to say it, the Kurozumi Orochi guy.
How?
A little bit.
How?
Like, he started off as like an orphan kid, like non-suspecting orphan kid, and then eventually traitor.
Yeah, I guess. Well, that's the interesting thing. Like, how does Blackbeard become evil or become more malicious? Because it definitely, like...
Blackbeard is definitely way more cooler than Orochi, though. And, like, how he betrayed the guy, and then he's like, I'm just going to live my life how I want to live it. Yeah.
I was going to say, I still feel like Blackbeard at this point is just chaotic neutral. Like, I don't feel like he's evil. He's just like, I do what I fucking want. I'm a pirate.
He did kill his crewmate. Like, that's pretty evil.
He does what he wants.
Yeah, I said chaotic neutral. Like, he can do evil stuff, but just by and large, it's just, I do what I want.
It's like, I really wanted that devil fruit.
Yeah, pretty much.
I really, really wanted that devil fruit.
The only thing I wanted. I asked if I could buy it off you, but no.
It's the only reason I was sticking on your crew.
Yeah.
Oh, Blackbeard, my beloved son, when will you do something? I miss you so much. I
kind of want to like go back through all that backstory again and just like really try and dissect it, see if I can understand it better. Like, who the fuck is Joy Boy? How they gonna what is the real incarnation of Joy Boy? Is it going to be the same Joy Boy that returns, or is it going to be someone else?
All I can tell you is that Joy Boy is connected to the Void Century, which is connected to the Will of D, which is connected to the One Piece itself. So we're not going to know until Oda finally Although I kind of wonder if Oda will break the internet, or if like people will just go apeshit in the anime community when we actually like learn what the One Piece is, and when that chapter and it's just titled One Piece, and then it's like the big nuts and bolts of what we've been waiting for forever.
And do you think there's any connection with Joy Boy and remember the king that was revealed in Marjos?
Probably a little bit in terms of like whatever Joy Boy represented and whatever he was trying to achieve. Im is probably the counterforce that's trying to suppress it for whatever his nefarious. I like to think that like the world government has like a evil, like sort of necessary evil. Like they have a very good reason for why they're suppressing the Void Century. That there's some like dark shit or dangerous shit that they just want to avoid. At least that's the sense that I get. It's like sort of like a. Do you want the ultimate battle? Do you want?
It's like releasing all the information about the JFK assassination.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, would you rather live in a society that's safe and secure, or would you rather just live in anarchy and chaos? But you still have freedom in that anarchy and chaos.
Yeah. My assumption for why the Marines continue to exist, especially like at a higher level, is it basically once you hit like vice admiral, they basically just like take you into a room and they like just tell you what's going on and then just kind of like you like the person who told you just walks out of the room, and then like 4 hours later, like bags under their eyes, clearly been crying, just kind of just like walks out, just like, sir, are you okay? I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. So, about that slavery thing you were bitching about, I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, I love that scene where Okoji was like briefing all of the not Okoji, Sengoku, who's just sort of like, grizzled beyond his prime because all the stress just flowed out of him, and he's like, yeah, this is the shit they don't want you to hear about.
Yeah.
Oh, Sengoku, the best administrator. I freaking loved him.
Like,
so
I feel like the only two people in like the Marines so far that have not just kind of like just staggered out of that hypothetical room, just like shell shocked beyond belief, are Akainu and fuck, what the hell is his name?
The light guy, Kizaru.
No, I still feel like even he is kind of freaked out about it.
Really?
Like, even here, it's just like, I just kind of imagine him just going like, so do you want to talk about what's happening? I'm like, no, I'm going to go drink.
That's why he has that distant, condescending attitude.
He's like, I'm going to go just, I need to get real drunk. No, it's Rob Lucci. It's like Rob Lucci and Akainu. Like, I assume they like walk Akainu in the back room and just like, so this is what's going on. He's like, yeah, okay. Are you freaked out about this? Whatever. And like they walked Rob Lucci back and he's like, so here's what's going on. And Lucci just went, I don't care, and just walked out before they told him. It's just like, do you want to know what's going on? What? Not really. Do I still get to kill people? I mean, yeah, but do you want to know why you're gonna? No. And just left.
I want to see Rob Lucci return fairly soon. Actually, I think he's long overdue for a return.
Isn't he a part of CP0? Did they reveal?
Yeah, he's part of CP0 now.
Okay, so they God, CP0 is something like they always like they were in Dressrosa, they were in Wano talking to. I want CP0 to do something.
Yeah,
I assume that's who the Revolutionary Army is going to be fighting while fucking Luffy is dealing with the Blackbeard pirates.
You think that CP0 will have like some sort of like co-fight along with the Rebel? That actually would make sense. That like I could see that happening where like CP0 is like, we can't let them find One Piece, we can't let them uncover the secrets of this world, and then suddenly you just see like Sabo smiling and he's like, I don't think so. I think that'd be pretty badass.
Yeah.
Or
Oh, what if Sabo becomes like a brainwashed agent of CP0? Something like that.
that's a possibility. Although, I don't see that necessarily happening. But Goro, you didn't give me your rating for the last year of One Piece.
Right. So, yes, there are some there's like some plain noodles in the bowl of One Piece of the Wano arc, but then you get to that delicious
Give
tender
me a
meat.
number, god damn it!
I want to hear this
You
roundabout
got-
analogy. I want to hear this analogy.
Why are we
get to the,
dealing with ramen right now? Just give me a fucking number.
It's
You know what? Fuck it. Sure,
it's like
go for it.
pork with mixed with tofu and egg, and it's so delicious and yummy, so good. It was so tender. It was just tucked away into the back part of the bowl, the backstory, so to speak. But so far, I'd say
Just keep going. I'm gonna see if I can keep this on my forehead.
Go, come on, with an analogy. Hurry it up.
This is an 8 for me. 8 so far.
Okay, there we go. There we
Yes.
fucking go. Thank you.
So you're enjoying it, although you see our criticisms in terms of like the Wano stuff being a little bit weak and a little bit kind of being an uninteresting villain.
Yes, I do see that, and I can agree to a certain extent, but I still have faith in Oda. There's still a while to go with this arc, I imagine, and hopefully Oda, with the introduction of Big Mom, who was awesome in Grand Cake Island arc, like the Cake Island arc,
The whole
Was
Cake,
it-
whole Cake Island.
whole Cake Island arc, whatever arc name that was called. That was a fantastic arc. I really enjoyed that one. Fucking Dogtooth. That was awesome. Had a great time. Great time watching that.
All right, so I think that covers our great One Piece chat. So we'll wrap this up, but because it's Corona time, so how have you?
Jesus Christ, Isaac, really?
Corona time.
I'm sorry, but that's what it is. At least I didn't use the other names that the virus infamously has.
I know. I just thought you were making like some sort of like dumbass fucking beer reference.
Yeah, man, it's Corona time, whether you like it or not. So, what have you been
That's
watching?
That's not even the fucking right catchphrase. It's Miller time. God damn it.
Haven't you ever seen the little TikTok with the little hamster that goes like, "It's Corona time," and they show the hamster like washing its hands and doing all kinds of cute stuff?
No,
Oh,
no.
I have not seen that. Is that new?
Are you actually
That's
making
brand new?
No, that exists. It was on last week tonight.
Fucking bit.
This is an actual thing. This exists. This little hamster, and it's like a TikTok, and it's Corona time. And then they show the little hamster showing you how to like wash your hands properly.
Wow.
You don't believe me.
But well, we're certainly living in interesting times. I wonder how art will evolve after all this.
I love the expression where you're just like looking, is this hamster real? Well, I'm definitely using this time to try and write more videos, but I'm curious. Have you heard about the interesting announcement about the new Warriors from Marvel?
Oh my god.
No.
Yeah.
Keep quiet, Greg, Goro. I have a little game I want to play.
Oh, here we fucking go. All right. How pissed
So-
am I going to be by the end of this?
So,
this is interesting.
this is the ultra super hyper progressive new team of the new Warriors that is introduced by Marvel. That is so progressive, it's pissed off both the right and the left. So I'm going to give you some superheroes from the new Warriors, and you tell me if I made it up or if it's real. So no, you can't look it up. You can't look it up.
All right. Let's.
Okay, so Screen Time, a meme-obsessed super teen whose brain became connected to the internet after becoming exposed to his grandfather's experimental internet gas. Now he can see augmented reality and real-time maps and can instantly Google any fact.
Okay, I'm gonna say real because I assume that people have become so desperate for fucking ideas that they're not above plagiarizing Freakazoid. Also, what the fuck is an internet gas? Is it like a cloud of nanites?
Nobody
assume
knows what
cloud of
internet
nanites.
gas is.
It has to be cloud of nanites. That is the only thing that makes sense.
I couldn't tell you. It's just internet gas, man. It connects you to the internet.
Is it real? Is it real?
Yes, it's real.
I'm pissed. All right, next. Fucking next.
Okay, the next is called the Soy Boy, a lifelong vegan who, after eating a magical mushroom that grew in the homeworld of the Venom symbiote, found that he could ingest plant matter and tofu and consume it to get stronger. He took on the name of Soy Boy to combat online trolls who use it as a derogatory term to show that believing in progressive values like socialism and feminism doesn't make him weak at all.
I'm also going to say real, but only because you seem to be reading off the fucking screen.
Nope, that's fake.
That was fake.
Huh, okay. All right. I feel a little better, I guess. I'm still
Oh no!
pissed about the internet gas, but
Okay, so
more.
this next one is called Snowflake and Safe Space. They're psychic twins. Snowflake, cryokinetic, can materialize snowflake-shaped shuriken projectiles for throwing. Safe Space can materialize pink force fields, but he can't inhabit them. The reflex only works if he's protecting others. They're hyper-aware of modern culture and optics, and they see their superheroics as a post-ironic meditation on using violence to combat bullying. They're probably streaming this.
I want this to be fake. I really want this to be fake. Please say it's fake.
No.
Your reaction says that to me. God, I hate Marvel. I am the most liberal person out of the three of us, probably. I'm a rabid, angry fucking socialist. That's fucking stupid. Jesus, I understand why you said it pissed off both sides of the political spectrum. I am insulted. I feel like I'm being pandered to. It's like I feel like someone is just like, do you want me to stroke your political balls, and then just kicked me in the nuts?
It's like they went so far to appease the left, they like went right around and they went to the Donald and took a parody superhero to made it into real life.
Jesus Christ, this is like the political equivalent of like the Stan Lee hockey team shit. Which, if no one knows what I'm talking about, I assume how many people we got in the stream? 5 people?
8. We got 8 concurrent viewers.
Yeah, you have homework. Look that shit up because that is glorious.
Oh yeah, I'm eventually going to make a video about the Stan Lee Guardian project.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that and the fucking Backstreet Boys comic. But yeah, this is about on par with that. But since I'm fucking pinko commie over here, I'm extra goddamn pissed about it.
It almost seems like that's what I found so hilarious about it. It's like it was trying so hard. It almost feels like an alt-right parody that they like got from the depths of 4chan and like. You know, that's the ticket. That's the ticket. We're gonna make this. This is how we're gonna win them over.
That's just so bizarre. Like, I think they. I don't know. I don't know what kind of audience they're shooting for, really, with something like this. It's just
the progressive Tumblrites who don't go and buy comics. Well, not that honestly, no one buys comics anymore because it's a desolate wasteland and probably
it's just like. It's just like
God,
so
it really
like
fucking is. It really is.
And I assume,
feel like they just Googled these certain.
All right.
terms, like
What else have we got?
They
What else have
Googled
we
Okay.
got?
and safe space and things like that, and then they added those into like they tried to transform those Google phrases into.
Honestly,
into
this just
superheroes.
feels like one of those like. We made this fucking neural network read 10,000 comics and Tumblr pages. And this is what it came up with. Like, oh, great. Fucking fantastic.
But
All right, so
after a while though, I'm actually a little bit curious. I'm morbidly curious to see what like the first chapter or two of these stories would be.
Well,
Like,
I think you'll like this one, although this one's a little less Tumblr-esque. Let's see what you think. B negative. A teen living vampire exposed to Michael Morbius's blood as a child in a rogue, but a life-saving medical procedure. He still ages like a regular kid, but he has all the abilities of Morbius. He's also obsessed with all the music and attitude of classic long-lost decades like the 90s and the 2000s. The world is a vampire, and so am I. B negative.
What the fuck?
B negative is the goth kid when he was a baby and he got a.
Jesus Christ! Now I'm extra pissed. Fuck off! God damn!
is actually one of the most boring ones, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
literally all I want to
version
do is
of
start playing
Morbius.
Burn Down Hot Topic.
Yeah,
Hot Topic Morbius. Teenager.
he's one of the. And then there's Trailblazer. Regular kid scooped up into the world of teenage superheroing. Her magic backpack is actually a pocket dimension with seemingly infinite space, which she can pull out useful random objects. She's a group home, but then her grandfather gave her the backpack, and she kind of looks like a chubby version of Dora the Explorer.
I mean, that's the least that pisses me off the least out of everything you've told me so far.
Oh no, she's definitely the least. Her and B negative are just kind of boring. I think it's a safe screensaver.
Okay. B negative pisses me off on a personal level, but I mean, I understand he's like one of the least boring and offensive, but he pisses me off on a personal level.
That was supposed to be my power.
B negative.
That's like Sanji. That's when he gets mad at the invisible devil fruit user.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah, so that was Marvel's answer to the apocalypse that they were going to sort of roll out their big exciting new announcement.
Great, fucking great. I need this to die yesterday.
Well, considering how well the comic book market is going, I'm sure it'll be forgotten by tomorrow or very soon after.
Yeah, I just hate how weird and memey the Marvel universe has gotten.
Well, have you ever actually like followed any of the recent stuff, or just like is there something you like read casually or heard about?
I keep dipping my toes in and then just going, I'm gonna leave for a while, come back later.
What was the most recent thing you dipped your toe into?
Like, okay, all right. Let's see what Gwenpool is. Is she like a gender bent Deadpool? I guess that could be. What the fuck is okay? All right.
I didn't know you read like any of the more. You got to tell me what you thought of Gwenpool. Because honestly, like they're going hard for the pinky commie Twitter or Tumblr crowd. So I'm just kind of curious what you think, because all these comics are like directed towards your audience.
I just fuck, man.
What is Gwenpool? Is it like a Harley Quinn version?
Yes, but also she breaks the fourth wall.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
like she's
female
from our world, and
female Deadpool.
She's from our world, and then she's been sucked into the comic world and basically uses her extensive knowledge of comics to win fights. And yeah, it's.
So what makes her different than Deadpool? Because I know it's like Marvel had this idea they loved the idea of like taking Gwen Stacy and like making her like Spider-Gwen, and then I don't know where the Gwenpool came, but I guess it was like a effort to like create their own Harley Quinn.
Does it feel like kind of forced, like a sort of like a self-insertion kind of thing?
It feels forced. Like I don't know how to properly. I mean, let me try and figure out how to
articulate it.
Yeah, you know, you get to that point where it's just like, this is more pandering than comic. It feels like that, where it's Like I don't know if you guys ever watched Welcome to Night or listened to Welcome to Night Vale.
I mean,
They're
this is wait. I thought you were still a Welcome to Night Vale fan.
God, no, not for a few years.
Really? What made you fall out of love with Welcome to
It
Night
just
Vale?
came to a point where literally all they were doing is just pandering to their fan base, and like it lost a lot. Like it lost so much of its like this is creepy cute charm and basically just became whatever the fan base wants we will give them as much as we want, or as much as they want and more. Literally anything we see discussed on Tumblr, that's what you're getting. And just like splooge it all over the place. And I just kind of looked at this and went, no. I actually discovered a podcast like a year or two ago called Kakos Industry, which is basically everything I wanted Welcome to Night Vale to be, which is just like absurdly weird, obscene, not safe for work, and just the weirdest shit possible.
That's interesting, though. We're like, basically, like, it sounds like you're describing as like, Welcome to Night Vale started out with the promise of that, but then it kind of like devolved into placating fan service and sort of like creating stories that would like appeal to people who drew fan art.
Yeah. Whereas, like, the funny thing is, like, Kakos Industry like openly acknowledges and like yeah, sure, we'll read your fucking fan fiction, we'll look at it, but it's like we're still gonna do whatever the fuck we want. But yeah, oh yeah, no, we'll definitely like read your weird fan fiction ideas on fucking air in character and comment on how awkward this is.
What's the premise of Kakos Industries if Welcome to Night Vale is like Blake Wobegon for like X-Files?
Kakos Industries, the premise is they are the corporate broadcasts for a company that is entirely invested in just doing evil shit. Like, that's all they do. Their motto is doing evil better.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so it's just like all of the weird shit they do. Like at one point in one of the early episodes, they start talking about how one of their divisions has developed a new hole explicitly for sex, and like the weird invasive surgery it will take to get this installed, and like we should be rolling out the new hole as soon as possible. A number of various influencers have already been contracted to like have the new hole installed and secretly leak sex videos. They'll be well compensated for use of the new hole. Keep in mind, you should keep the new hole well lubricated, or side effects may develop.
That's interesting. I might have to look into that. And so, but it's like mainly like a dark comedy podcast.
Oh yeah, no, it's just dark comedy.
And that's interesting. Like, is there like a central cast of characters?
Yeah, I mean, mostly the central cast is just Corin Death III, who is the CEO of Kakos Industry, and then there are like a few more people that kind of get rotated through. But he's basically the person who is broadcasting this to the shareholders, and if you're not a shareholder, we know who you are, and either you'll be made one or you will suffer.
That's interesting. And is it as successful as popular as Welcome to Night Vale, or
Oh God, no. Like, this is, I don't want to say it's too weird for that, but it's definitely far too not safe for work for that.
It's interesting when you think
It's like a spin-off of,
no, it's like
no, it's its own thing.
okay.
It's interesting that like line between like what is like edgy transgressive versus like what becomes assimilated transgressive.
Yeah.
Because like it seems like Welcome to Night Vale. Well, it never was like super edgy, but it was kind of like, oh, here's like the ultimate geek things that you love repackaged in this sort of like Lake Wobegon format that your parents like.
Yeah.
But it's for you. Yeah. But versus like Kekos Industries, which seems to be like the darker alternative, less palatable, less Hot Topic T-shirt version.
Yeah, it's just weird. God, it's been a while since I've been on a audiobook kick since I last listened to Kakos Industries. But let me. Oh, God,
is this all on YouTube or is it?
No, it's like a podcast.
Yeah, it's a podcast. It's a podcast.
So it's all yeah.
Isn't there like a one of those on
like
YouTube,
there are a variety of like different like corporate motivational like holidays and stuff, and like they like go through some of the like the side effects of this where they talk about it's like, yeah, we're still cleaning up the dead bodies and other bodily fluids off the ballroom floor. I can't believe you guys got this into it. Good on you.
So here's another question I wanted to ask you guys. Goro had this idea, which I'm thinking, because I just want to stream as much as possible while we're all stuck in here amidst Armageddon. Maybe I'll get a little further in Homestuck, and then we'll have the great Stuck Home with Homestuck episode of the Rambling Ranting Review podcast.
God damn it.
What do you think about that, Zavul?
Are you actually considering listening or reading Homestuck?
Getting through a chunk of it if I could drag you tomorrow or Sunday back here.
So you're seriously like gonna read Homestuck?
A bit more of it, yes.
Yeah, sure. I'll fucking stream for that, Isaac.
It.
Yeah. If we can just drag your ass through this, that'd be great.
Sure. All right, fine. I'll prep. I'll get a little bit further for Sunday, and then we'll have another stream where we talk about Homestuck. You could talk about the great things about.
Isn't it so thematically appropriate, just in the context of our lives right now?
Yeah, it is. Although in your spare time between errands and boredom, catch up with The Promised Neverland. I'm dying to cover that with you and Goro about the most recent chapters.
I feel like I'm getting really close to being caught up now.
You probably are very, very, very close. Yeah, you know, that's my thing to you. I will get further in Act 5 of Homestuck if you read The Promised Neverland, so we can cover it later this week at some point of your convenience.
I guess. I do not want to read Promised fucking Neverland anymore.
Oh, come on! It's disappointing, but it's not completely terrible.
I mean, the art is still really, really, really strong.
And I'm dying to talk about it with you guys. Discuss how our baby has evolved and changed and all the recent crazy plot developments, and see what you think of why it's sort of fallen
evolved like the demons when they lack human flesh.
To see what you think. I really want to talk about how it turned from our favorite child into Goro. Greg, is that the Gon shirt?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Have you ever seen that before?
I have not.
It's an awesome shirt.
You need to show it to him.
Okay. Oh shit! Nice.
And then,
very nice.
You see it?
Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it. That's fucking nice.
With the incredible hair. But there you go. I'll go get some ham steaks if you go catch up on The Promised Neverland. And I'm sure you could probably do it in like 2 hours or less.
I guess.
Yeah, probably.
I feel like this is more of a chore for me than you at this point.
Fuck you.
No. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
I mean, no.
To be honest,
is still good. Fuck you.
Zavvy, to be honest, it's like, that's a lot of pages of Homestuck.
but it
comparative.
doesn't suck.
Hey, The Promised Neverland doesn't suck. It's just kind of disappointing and a little mediocre, but it's not terrible.
Yeah. Oh, that
Visually-
sells me on it so hard, you asshole.
Visually, it's stunning.
Well, there's a few
Yeah,
things.
visually stunning. That's great, Greg. Like Dickleback.
Well, I think there's one element you'll really, really love. There's one character, Lord Gillen, and I think you'll literally love. There's a big eat the rich moment, which I think you'll find very cathartic.
Okay, that was pretty neat.
I think you'll love that. You seem like you're very involved in that typing over there.
Yeah, I'm looking up fucking Promised Neverland. Oh god, I do not want to do that.
You know what's funny?
I-
Like, usually we just have to end this stream to be like, oh, we gotta go do something somewhere.
yeah.
But now we literally
God,
we don't have any
alright.
excuses anymore. We can't do anything. We're just stuck here.
We kept an audience of between 5 and 9 people, and 11 people at one point, very entertained. For the
Oh no, Isaac. It's only the first 3 chapters that I can read on the Viz official.
Shut up! You know that there's like
I can't read anymore, Isaac. It's terrible.
No.
If only I could.
Yeah.
I'm so unhappy. I have to support the official release.
Fuck you.
I have to support the official release, Isaac. I can't read anything else.
Look at the time. Zavel has to go into the other room.
And not read Promised Neverland ever again.
You know there are a billion other places to find it. Google harder. I could give it to you a goddamn link.
Wait. Are we doing this Sunday, you said?
Yeah, I think shoot for Sunday.
Yeah, okay, I cannot do Sunday.
What's going on Sunday?
Fucking Dark Heresy.
What's that?
What's that?
40k tabletop game.
Well, wait,
you're doing 40k tabletop?
Wait, how are you doing 40k tabletop when everything's supposed to be closed down?
I'm not going to a Games Workshop. No, it's like 3 or 4 people at Linda's house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Brian is running a fucking Dark Heresy game.
Okay, then this time, then around.
Although technically he's using the Fate system, which is a little different, but it's a pretty good fit.
How about tomorrow then?
I will let you know if I can do that tomorrow. I don't know if I can read that much Promised Neverland in one fucking night, and I definitely don't think you can get through that much fucking Homestuck in one night.
No.
That's true.
I wouldn't expect, and we're not going to do them both simultaneously. We'll split them up for different episodes. We'll have one episode on Homestuck and then another, because we don't know how long this is going to last, and there's a lot of stupid shit that we follow that we could mutually
I still have
talk
to
about.
finish the epilogue, honestly.
The epilogue of what?
Oh, you have to get to Homestuck too.
No!
Wait, is Homestuck 2 out yet?
Yes, motherfucker. It's been going.
No!
Oh, fuck. All right.
Yeah, and it's
Alright.
amazing.
We're never gonna
Alright.
get this comic done. We're never gonna get the goddamn comic done. You bastard!
Wait,
You sabotaged us.
Wait, I take that back. No, there is no Homestuck 2. Fucking draw the goddamn comic, you son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, did I tell you about the thing that I was super pissed about, Zavul? My
Shit.
Oh yeah, you'll love
Shit,
this.
we've lost him. Oh, Jesus, yeah, we've lost him. We fucking lost him. Fuck.
Jade has an eye patch? What?
Fuck you! Fuck you!
No,
You
she
ruined
doesn't
it!
have an eye patch. Read the epilogue. You'll understand what's going on.
Oh, boy.
You
All
ruined it! You ruined it!
All right. So, is that Sans? What? What the hell is that?
Is that what?
That looks like a troll version of Sans
From Undertale.
from Undertale.
Come on,
You know
Zavul, you should know about Undertale.
Sort of. Say, what are you looking at for Homestuck 2?
I was just Google image searching.
Oh. let's
Well,
see
the
what the
thing
hell
that
we
pissed
got.
me off is that Crunchyroll like announced a bunch of original animes, and they were like a bunch of shit from like that all came from like the webtoons. So
Who the fuck is Sans?
Oh yeah,
San,
Sans
he's
from
the- he's
Undertale.
the famous skeleton. Come on, I know you've
What the
seen.
fuck are you looking at?
Don't you know what Undertale is? The or didn't you see the?
No, like what skeleton are you looking at for Homestuck 2?
Okay, let me look it up again. Images. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The sixth image cast of Homestuck 2. And you see the gray guy.
I'm pretty sure that's just a bunch of random crap. That's not actually part of Homestuck 2.
No. Oh.
Yeah, that's just a bunch of random crap.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
So go finish the comic instead of drawing edgy Sans.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about Callie.
No, not Callie. I know who Callie
Okay.
is.
Okay.
You mean Calliope?
Yeah, Calliope.
Calliope.
Yeah, no.
I
like,
have some of the Homestuck songs stuck in my head.
You know, check this fucking shit out. Hold on.
What depraved Homestuck rabbit hole are you sending him down?
Fucking check that shit out, man.
Let's see. Okay, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Dirk. That's cool. That's like some. That looks like some Gurren Lagann.
Yeah,
stuff.
it does. Totally ironic, by the way.
Is that? Wait. Is that? That's a tattoo of that stupid.
Yes,
You broke
yes, it
that?
is. Did you not realize he had that?
I didn't realize he had that the whole time.
Yeah, no, he's had that since he was first introduced. No, wait, no, he's had that since Act 6. Whatever fucking act when they entered the dead session.
The dead session. Oh my god, what happened during that?
God,
The plot is like so complicated. What was the dead session again? Do you remember?
The dead session is what happens if you enter a session of Suburb or Scrub and do not have a time player and a space player. It basically cannot be completed, so you have to scratch the session. And so it's what happened with the beta kids, because they entered and didn't have a time or space player, and so ended up having to scratch the session, and through shenanigans ended up meeting up with the alpha kids. See, Isaac, you should be keeping up with this shit. God, you look so pissed.
I'm also
Okay.
gonna prepare a little
Jesus,
special.
you fucking Christ, Isaac, come on. This is like your shit. You fucking love overly complicated anime bullshit.
I found myself becoming far less tolerant in my later years.
You like shonen anime. What the fuck is... You read crappy shonen anime. You
I
read
do.
Shonen Jump. What the fuck? This doesn't suck. And it's not like that fucking one comic with the fucking classroom and like the different students with the superpowers and like the ass pull ending. It wasn't that.
Wait,
I don't know. I just remember you trying to like get me to hate read it, and I was pissed about it.
it was probably one of my infamous failed that I love, the Deadpool of canceled.
Yes,
Jump Man.
yes. Why are you reading like the dregs of Shonen Jump when you could be reading something that doesn't suck?
So needlessly complicated, stupid, hard bullshit. Hussey's just like, jerking off about, oh my god, look at me, I'm so clever. Oh my god, each one uses their own programming language.
It's a collage of different.
If it makes
Art
you
mixed
feel
in
any
together.
better, that is deliberately addressed in the second one, in the sequel.
How so?
Is it?
I don't want to give Greg spoilers.
Oh yeah,
I don't think he would appreciate that.
You're right. I don't want spoilers for.
You know what? If you want to take the headphones off for a second, I will spoil Isaac to hell and back.
All right,
I'll just wait when
give
you're
me
done.
like a peace sign after.
All right.
Go
All right.
ahead.
So, yeah, if you folks in chat don't want spoilers, I mean, I guess tune out for the next minute and a half. Otherwise, fuck it.
I don't know if we have any ham steak people. In fact, we're losing viewers over the ham steak, but go on.
So basically what happens is you find out that Dirk, who is the Prince of Heart, also like an incarnation of Dave's brother, is, because he has a shattered sense of self, can communicate with versions of himself in alternate timelines, and has basically been orchestrating events. And as he basically comes into his godhood powers, it basically becomes apparent that he is the person who has been doing a lot of the narration and the needlessly complicated bullshit, because in part he thinks it's fun and funny.
What? So that's why each one has a Sylladex that has like different programming language?
No, I feel like that was just Hussey's bullshit, and that kind of gets phased out as you go along.
Okay.
I mean,
come back in. Yeah. There you go. It's safe. It's safe.
there you go. All right, we're back.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I thought you were supposed to give the peace sign, not thumbs
I thought
up.
it was just like a thing with the hands. That's what it looked like.
Okay.
There you go. There's your fucking sign. All
right.
right.
So was that to your satisfaction?
Probably not. Isaac really fucking hates Homestuck.
He gave me an interesting explanation, but I got plenty of ham steak to head towards. That'll probably who knows? Maybe the people who hate Homestuck will love to see me just like cringe while you talk about its. But what's called? I have something I think I'm gonna prep before to come along for the stream. So, all right, guys. I think we've had a good old fashioned time with our quarantine fun time. Thank you for everyone who hung around in the chat. Thank you so much, Walter Street. Thank you so much, Robo Blue, Chief D Hater, and Ayers01, and of course Horatio Poggi. Thank you so much for being a part of this, and thank you, Shawnee, for your the super chat. We will be back for the Random Rambling Review Hour for the Stuck at Home special.
Yes.
I'm so excited about this. Less
Me
so about
too.
Promised Neverland, but
Dude, give me an excuse to finally plow through Homestuck. The prologue.
Yeah, or the epilogue. Yeah, fucking do it.
Epilogue,
do it,
whatever.
motherfucker.
We'll see how far. Maybe I'll get through all of Chapter 5, maybe close to the end of it for the... did anyone ever do a Let's Read Homestuck that continued after the Let's Read ended?
I don't think so, but...
Okay. Well, I think getting through most of Act 5 will be more than equivalent to the Promised Neverland.
That's probably true, yeah. He does have a point, Savvy.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I feel like I deserve more for my mental anguish.
Don't you want to learn more about the demons? Don't you want to learn more about demon
No,
society?
not anymore. Christ.
What was the last chapter you left off at?
I don't remember. They squandered all my goodwill.
What was the moment you liked the part where the elimination hit squad killed the kids?
I mean, that was pretty neat.
I think that was the last thing I read. And God, how long has
I
it
think you
been?
got a little further than that, but not much further. Because that's like, I don't know, around chapter 110, give or take. But
Christ.
all right, so text me when you've got your when you think you're available. I'll try and do as much prep as I can
All right.
and get as far as I can. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Woo! And then we'll be back another time at some point for the Promised Neverland, and then maybe we'll cover the Chainsaw Man stuff.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
All right, take it easy.
All right.
Pleasure as always. Thank you, and remember, lobsters and tennis, but don't you grab it.